It is qualifying time for not one but 3 different disciplines who will compete against each other for the top 6 final. Mountain bike, BMX and scooter will have 3 jumps each. The best 2 tricks will count. Hi and welcome, here we are for the second round of competition at Night of the Jumps. For mountain bike, BMX and scooter, we've already just seen Petr Castka and now on screen Maty Pekarek. They are the 2 scooter riders from the Czech Republic. We've got Leon Binckebanck, the BMX/mountain bike rider from Berlin, Germany. And also here from Germany, the young gun Jimi Brandt. He has really progressed in the last couple of years riding at Night of the Jumps. And Jerome Hollinger, actually in Berlin, he went for the triple backflip 3 times, didn't work out. Can he come back tonight? Dan Miller from the Czech Republic, the man who puts all of these jumps together. And actually with his buddy there, David Strauel, also from the Czech Republic, those 2 guys building this whole MTB setup inside the Olympiahalle from Switzerland. Reto, Heini. Also from Switzerland, one of the legends. He's the big name coming out of Switzerland, Lucas Huppert. One of the nice guys, but he has got a lot of big tricks. The young gun from Germany here, Lennox Zimmermann with that Red Bull helmet. Lennox was actually the first rider to land the triple backflip, but it was only 1 jump in front of the next guy after this one. But before we get there, this is Alejandro Bonafe, the winner, the series winner in 2025. In Berlin, he didn't get the win, surprisingly, because it was this man, the second rider to land the triple backflip at Night of the Jumps. Tom Pfeiffer riding there for skill, who we will see supporting the Next Gen series coming up in our summertime, the European summer. If you are a mountain bike, BMX or scooter rider and you're interested to get involved at Night of the Jumps, well, we've actually got the best program. It is the new Next Gen series and will be in Austria, in Westendorf, Dornbirn, and I think we also have another event in Dresden, Germany. So if you're a young gun out there and you would like to have a chance to compete at Night of the Jumps, we do have an amateur or a pro-am competition. But before we get there, this is the pro comp. This is Petr Castka with a front flip bar spin. Petr Castka, he landed on the podium for the first time in Berlin in 3rd, and this was the original rider to come from the Czech Republic, Maty Pekarek. Actually, the original was Richard Zelinka, then followed by Maty Pekarek, and now Petr Castka. So we're getting all the Czech scooter riders. This is Leon Binckebanck on the MTB, riding the mountain bike. Normally you would expect to see him rolling in on a BMX just like Jimi here with a front flip no-hander. Now this is qualification. We're going to rip through the first round of qualies, and then we'll get the points at the end. Whoa! With a 360 downside tail whip. Jerome Hollinger, he went for 3 triple backflips last time. He didn't land any of them, and unfortunately he went away from Berlin with 0 points. So tonight, he has at least put some points on the board. He landed that 360's downside tail. Now we've got David Strauel, front flip, throwing it away to a front flip double. Oh, it's a triple front flip, but that's not how we want to see a triple front flip, but at least he's walked away riding after his mentor there, Dan Miller. This is Reto Heini. Nice. Big, slow 360. from the young Swiss rider. Also from Switzerland, here we go, Lucas Huppert! Whoa! Looking good there from Lucas Huppert. This is only qualification though, remember. Top 6 riders will go through from this qualification into the final. Oh, we kind of missed that footage there, but it looks like it was a double backy with a can in the middle from Lennox Zimmermann. So we have 12 riders here in Munich, inside the Olympiahalle. 6 will be eliminated and 6 will go through to the top 6 final. Alejandro Bonafe, if he keeps riding like this, I think we can expect to see him in the final. But this is only the first round. Each rider has 3 attempts, 3 rounds, and this is Tom Pfeiffer, the final rider of this first round. Whoa! Massive ruler backflip. Somehow getting his body back around and on the bike, snapping that out. Tom Pfeiffer. Whoa, we are going straight into the second round. We're not slowing down. Oh, cash roll from Petr Castka. Unfortunately, he could not roll away from that cash roll. But Maty Pekarek. Whoa! That is the double bry, I think it's called. It's as in like doing a front scooter flip with 2 of them. Maty Pekarek. Leon Binckebanck, double backflip. Perfect. Oh, there you go. He's on the BMX now. So, first jump on the mountain bike. Second jump, BMX. What will he take for his third shot? The young gun, Jimi Brandt. No way! The nothing bike front flip in qualification. Landed it perfectly. 16 years old, Jimi Brandt. So much more consistent in 2026. Jerome Hollinger now. Will he make it into the final? Oh! He will need to land the next trick if he has a chance to go in. Dan Miller straight in. Cash roll. Dan Miller looking for his spot in the final. So Jerome Hollinger, he will need to land the next run or the next jump that he does. Double backy, David Strowl. Nice manual on the way out of there. So each rider gets 3 bites of the apple. But only the best 2 tricks will count. So you can have a crash, you can have a mistake, and you can still go through to the final. Reto, Heini looking good there now. Lucas Huppert, the 2 Swiss riders. Twister! Lucas always looking confident, rolling into these events here at Night of the Jumps. It looks like nothing really stresses out the elder Swiss rider. Backflip seat grab. Lennox looking good here tonight at Night of the Jumps. Now, I thought we were going to see some points before we went into this next round. But looks like they're going to leave it as a surprise as Alejandro has stomped 2 perfect rounds. I think we can safely say, no matter what happens on Alejandro's next jump, he'll be in the final. Double backflip from Tom Pfeiffer. So we've seen now what from Tom Pfeiffer, we had the ruler backflip. There we go, we've got some points. 6th, whoa, Lucas Huppert currently leading, 63. Lennox Zimmermann, 62.5. Alejandro Bonafe, 61. Jimi Brandt, 57. Oh, and I didn't have time for the next 2 riders, but here we go, Petr Castka! Oh! So after His first podium at the last round in Berlin. I think we can safely say, unfortunately, Petr Castka is not going through to the final here in Munich. Maty Pekarek! Maty still has a shot. Remember how difficult it is for these two scooter riders to land on the smallest wheels. Triple flip, triple and a half flip from Leon Binckebanck. He actually would have been better off, I think, to tuck and go for 4 on the BMX. Leon Binckebanck, the big man from Berlin. He might as well have gone for 4. Jimi Brandt now backflip. Oh! Front flip! Backflip to bounce fronty. Jimi Brandt looking really good tonight here in Munich. Jerome Hollinger. Oh, Jerome has to be in the final. After his 0 points in Berlin when he was really going for that triple flip, he almost landed it last time. Tonight he went for the smarter option and landing tricks he knows he can land. So I would assume Jerome could nearly go through to the final. David Strahaus, straight jump to bounce fronty. I thought that was going to be a dead sailor, but he filled it out with the bounce fronty. Reto Heini now. Oh, style points. I feel like Reto could be in this final. Lucas Huppert. 360 can. Was there a one-hander? Oh, with a tire grab, I think, in the middle of that. Lennox Zimmermann now. Nice. I think we're going to have to say Lennox should be in the final. Lucas should be in the final. Jimi Brandt, I think, could be there. Alejandro Bonafe now. Twister. So, this is going to be harder for the judges because I think there might be 8 riders really battling for this top 6 final. 1, 2, 3, triple backflip, the first triple. Triple backflip from Tom Pfeiffer in the qualification. This is only the quali. It is gnarly when you've got to land a triple in the quali just to get to the final. Like I said, I think there could be 8 riders really contesting this top 6. I think we could easily have 2 very disappointed, maybe 3 or 4 very disappointed riders. Obviously, whoa, let's look at the replay. Triple flip, perfect. Perfect execution. Landing it both wheels at the same time. Tom Pfeiffer, Alejandro, speaking of perfection every time. At Night of the Jumps, Alejandro. Now, Petr Castka, he has progressed so much in the last 2 years. Unfortunately, a couple of unforced errors in this run, but Maty Pekarek making good use. Look how hard it is for those little wheels on the scooter. The triple attempt from Leon on his back. I think he actually, if he landed 1 meter earlier, he could have landed that with the rotation. Oh, here we go. Let's look at the top 10. Alejandro Bonafe, Lennox Zimmermann, Tom Pfeiffer, Lucas Huppert, Jimi Brandt, Jerome Hollinger. Whoa, Leon Binckebanck was close. Maty Pekarek also very close to going into this final. There we have it. The top 6 riders The top 6 riders have qualified for the mountain bike, BMX and Scooter Best Trick Final. Each rider has 3 attempts to land their biggest tricks. The best 2 tricks will count.
Wir hatten hier ein unglaubliches Qualifying mit unseren Scooterfahrern, Mountainbikern und BMXern.
We are back with the final. As you heard, 3 jumps each. The top 2 will count, so you can have a crash, you can have a mistake. If you are smart, don't have to be smart, but if I was planning this, I would want to put 2 safe tricks down, get the points that I hope I'm at least on the podium, and then send the final. But you know what? In action sports, it's probably going to be the opposite. Oh, Jerome! 360 triple downside tail whip. That is not a small trick from Jerome. So, okay, throw my idea out the window, but he's a youngster. He went big on that. Big technical combo. Jimi Brandt now. Front flip, no hands, and he threw it away. So Jimi has to land the next 2 jumps. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. You don't want that pressure. Lucas Huppert rolling in now with the twister. When you've got someone like Lucas Huppert coming in directly behind with a twister, you don't want mistakes. Tom Pfeiffer now, ruler backflip. FMX style. That's what I love to see. Actually, what's even crazier is he does not have flip levers. How the hell does Tom Pfeiffer get back on? Oh, he's getting a push down. Lennox Zimmermann now pushed in for the triple backflip, landing deep. Down that landing. 2 guys at the top of that pushed him for the extra speed. Now Alejandro Bonafe with a cash roll tail whip. What a way, oh, what a way to start his final. This is the difference, I think, between experience and just being a young sender. Because Jerome Hollinger went big. That was massive. With a double tail whip backflip. Jimi Brandt, nothing. Front bike flip. Perfect. He landed it in the quali. I don't think we've actually seen Jimi Brandt this consistent ever. So in Berlin, he showed the consistency, but in the final it didn't work out. Tonight, he might put it all together. Lucas Huppert now. Front flip, triple, bar spin. Technical combo from the Swiss maestro. Tom Pfeiffer now. 1, 2, 3. 2-way front flip. Face slam. Nearly catching that front wheel on his chin. Tom Pfeiffer. So Tom has to land his next jump. Lennox Zimmermann now. Double flip 3. Crashed it out. Alejandro. Looking good. As always, Alejandro Bonafe. There are no surprises with the twister from Alejandro. There we go. So this is now, what, 2 rounds, 89 points, Alejandro Bonafe. Lucas Huppert currently in second, 86.3. So Lucas looking for a few extra points on this last round, but Jerome Hollinger now. Triple tail whip. Oh. So one landed 360 triple downside tail whip and 2 crashes. Jimi Brandt now quickly. Whoa! Backflip to front flip, and he manualed out of the landing. Did his front wheel touch the landing on the way out? With that backflip to bounce fronty. Lucas Huppert. Front flip triple bar. Spin from the Swiss Maestro. Thank you very much for coming to Munich inside the Olympiahalle. The crowd definitely behind Lucas. Will that be enough to battle with Tom Pfeiffer? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and another crash from Tom Pfeiffer. I don't think we've seen Tom out of a podium in at least a season. Oh, now it's time for Lennox Zimmermann. Oh, Alejandro with the push. There's only one man to push him. Lennox. Oh. It looks like he was going for that double flip 360 again, but he ejected halfway through, and you can see the disappointment on Lennox. He is not a happy camper. Alejandro, the final rider. On top, what have we got? Whoa, twister, no-hander, threw it away. But I think with everything we've seen tonight from Alejandro Bonafe, I think that may be enough. There have been more crashes in this competition than I expected. Lennox there, closest to the camera. You can see the disappointment is real on his face. But Alejandro with the no-handed twister to backslap on that big airbag. It's not bad when you land on that with a little bit of extra cushioning, but walking away, quick no-hander in the middle of it. He was close. He was close. Maybe we'll see it at the next round in Leipzig, Germany. I would love to see him put that one to bed. And there we go, the final results. Tom Pfeiffer in 6th position. Lennox Zimmermann. Jerome Hollinger in 4th. Jerome Hollinger in 4th. That means I didn't even get to read all the names. That means this man right here, Jimi Brandt, is going to take his first podium. Lucas Huppert with the twister. That was the first jump. Twister on the first, and Tom Pfeiffer with that ruler backflip. No flip levers. Make sure to look at that. There are no flip levers on that. The triple backy from Lennox Zimmermann, but unfortunately... Oh no, he got that one. Sorry, because there was another one where I saw him crash. Alejandro Bonafe. The cash roll, tail whip, as we get ready for the podium. And Jimi Brandt, he already jumped up a little bit quicker than we expected. So in 3rd position, for the first time ever at Night of the Jumps, the young gun, Jimi Brandt, well deserved, in 2nd position. On his return to Night of the Jumps, Lucas Huppert, and our winner, returning to the top of the podium in Munich, Alejandro Bonafe from Spain. In FMX in Berlin, there was a shake-up because Luke Ackerman did not win. Alejandro also did not win in Berlin. That was a change to the regular storyline, but tonight here, Luke won FMX, and now Alejandro back on top, the two 2025 champions. Thank you very much for watching Night of the Jumps, and we will see you at the next round, Leipzig, Germany. Grab your tickets, and we'll see you there.